As night falls, wild boars begin to emerge. They roam through the streets of Istanbul as if they own the place. Garbage dumps, home gardens, and cars all can become their targets. They are no longer a familiar sight of the mountains and forests. Wild boars have now become uninvited residents in Turkish cities. They cause destruction, chaos, and even threaten human lives. And these are not just a few stray individuals. Tens of thousands are getting closer and closer to residential areas. Wild boars typically live deep in the forests. But due to habitat loss, deforestation, and climate change, they are forced to migrate. Additionally, urban waste and leftover food are irresistibly attractive. With no natural predators, they reproduce rapidly. Each female can give birth to 4 to 12 piglets per year. The result is agricultural damage estimated at millions of dollars annually. Farmers in the Aegean and Marmara regions cry out as their fields are ravaged overnight. A case near Bodrum, a wild boar stormed into a shop, caused damage, and injured 2 people. They can weigh up to 150 kilograms, have sharp tusks, and won't hesitate to attack if threatened. Parents worry when their children have to walk to school through areas where boars appear. Given the situation, the Turkish authorities had to take action. the Wildlife Protection Agency coordinated with local governments to implement monitoring and control campaigns. In many areas, limited hunting permits are issued during the winter season. Some localities have set up rapid response teams for wild boar invasions into residential areas. The goal is not to exterminate all, but to control the population and ensure public safety. In the mountainous areas, hunting becomes more challenging. Hunters rely on firearms and the invaluable support of well-trained hunting dogs. These dogs track the scent, chase down the boars, and corner them into positions where the hunters can take action. Wild boars are extremely dangerous animals. They have strong, muscular bodies, can move quickly, and are equipped with sharp tusks capable of causing serious injuries. When cornered, they fight back fiercely, even charging straight at their enemies with formidable force. On the distant hillside, a large herd of wild boars suddenly appears. An estimated 30 individuals, both adults and piglets, move quietly through the low grass and underbrush. The long distance makes aiming a precise shot extremely difficult.
Alt düştü abi, ben alt.
The strategy shifts. They begin to move in, quietly approaching the herd of wild boars.
Volkan burada bir tane. Alt düştü. Bassın bassın. Diyor bak arkada.
This was probably the most spectacular scene of the hunt. A whole herd of wild boars, both large and small, moved across the open hillside. Two boars from the herd were brought down after a series of rapid shots. The distance was too great, and the strong wind today made hunting extremely challenging.
Vurduk zaten. 3 tane yerde ya.
3 tane mi?
1 2 3 tane vuruldu bak. Üçü de yatıyor şu an yerde.
Ellicem! Nereye gideceksin? Ellicem!
Ya oğlum. Yapıştır. 64.
Two gunshots rang out almost simultaneously. The wild boar was hit, staggering before crashing to the ground.
Ya oğlum.
Dust swirling in the air from the heavy fall. It struggled to rise, but was quickly overpowered. Another wild boar was spotted on the muddy dirt road after the rain. The boar was hit, but still tried to dash into the roadside bushes. It turned out to be a boar with a very impressive pair of tusks.
Vay anam vay, odalara bak be. Süper be.
Kim vurdu lan domuzu?
Geç yukarı geç. Geç oraya.
As a result of these measures, certain regions have experienced a 30% reduction in wild boar intrusions over the last 2 years. However, this is a long-term battle. Spring is the breeding season, causing rapid population growth. Some animal protection groups oppose hunting, advocating for more humane solutions. There are also concerns that hunting may disrupt the ecological balance. Wild boars are not enemies. They are just trying to survive. But if no action is taken, consequences will worsen. Controlling wild boars is not simple. It requires knowledge, skills, and cooperation. What do you think about Turkey's approach? Do you have more humane and effective ideas? Leave your comments below and share your thoughts. See you in the next video. Hello hunters, welcome back to Turkey, where wild boar are an ever-present target. The following footage captures the authenticity and dramatic intensity of the hunt. Instead of tirelessly following tracks, these seasoned hunters choose to get ahead of the game-setting ambushes and catching wild boar completely by surprise. Understanding the habits of this animal makes the hunter's job much easier. During this season, as food becomes scarce, wild boar are forced to cross roads in search of new areas or to approach nearby farms. These risky movements make them much easier to spot whenever they appear on routes like this. The hunting dogs also play a major role in this strategy. A fully grown wild boar of this size is extremely hard to bring down instantly if the shot doesn't hit a vital spot. The hunting dogs have located the target and are holding it in place. Typically, they won't charge in for a head-on confrontation with the wild boar, the way Australian hunting dogs often do. Instead, they circle around the boar, barking and applying constant pressure to keep it distracted and contained. Their job is to tire it out, limit its movement, and hold it in position long enough for the hunter to move in for a clean, safe shot. To execute this interception strategy effectively, the hunter must cultivate steadfast patience. A perfect shot, landing right on the boar's vital point. A wild boar appears to be holding its ground in the thicket, keeping the hunting dogs stalled for over an hour. A scenario quite common with aggressive individuals. In situations like this, the hunter knows that utmost caution is essential. It was a precise, well-placed shot, ensuring the boar couldn't get far. A fully grown female wild boar weighing nearly 200 pounds. When the first interception fails, a second ambush line is already in place, ready to catch the wild boar as they come through. This shot reveals the sheer power of a fully grown wild boar. The impact seems to barely phase it. With just a quick toss of its head, it's able to keep running. But those wounds will slowly drain their strength, and eventually they collapse from exhaustion. The hunt pushes deeper into the forest, where larger groups of wild boar await. A single herd here can number in the hundreds, though typically only about 1/3 of them are fully grown adults. Before each breeding season, the mature individuals of the old herd often split off to form new groups or join other herds. Vegetation in these areas often becomes sparse due to the destruction caused by wild boar. From seeds to young plants, almost nothing stands a chance of surviving under their trampling feet. To control the wild boar population effectively, the hunting season is usually held about 2 months before their breeding period, a time when the mature individuals begin to split from the herd, making the hunt much easier. Large herds begin to break into smaller groups, and the number of individuals leaving to roam alone in search of a new herd increases significantly. It is during these moments that they become more alert and aggressive than ever. As the breeding season approaches, wild boar require environments with greater food abundance. Therefore, hunts must be organized earlier to prevent large numbers of them from moving down into farmers' cultivated areas. A fully grown wild boar that has just separated from its herd is now in the hunter's sights. It seems unlikely that it will survive long enough to find a mate. The use of high-powered firearms is becoming increasingly common, as advancing technology helps improve wild boar control. Each year, if left unmanaged, their population can triple. This means that a herd of 30 individuals can grow to around 150 within a year if they do not split up. The hunting team had been tracking a herd of nearly 50 wild boar for 3 hours. The animals moved continuously across rugged mountain ranges, making it extremely difficult to approach them. They began using their long-range scoped rifles. And even if they managed to get close, being at close range with such a large herd of wild boar is extremely dangerous. The long distance and high elevation cause strong winds in the area, significantly affecting their ability to hit the target. In another area, Karim's team is chasing a different herd of wild boar with their hunting dogs. Hunting becomes much easier with the help of the dogs.
Ha gidiyor yukarıda. Onun yanına geçeyim.
Şöyle bir gidiyor Kerim abi. Gel şöyle gidiyor bak geride.
Tamam.
İleriye bak Kerim.
Durdu.
Abi şu kenara beni gör bak.
Şurada adam var. Büyük ihtimal geri dönecek o. Aheste aheste gidiyor. Yemedi. Sağa doğru gidiyor. Yemedi yine. Gidiyor sağa doğru.
Bunu yemiş olması lazım.
Gidiyor sağa doğru.
This area lies very close to the village below, so the hunting team must act more decisively today before night falls. Everything is unfolding with intense urgency.
Bak bak o geleni çek. Yo, yo. Baba görüyor musun?
Haydi.
Değdi.
Hadi.
Değdi dur geliyor.
Two more wild boar have been taken down by the team.
Değdi.
In the forest, communication has become much easier as each member of the hunting team is now equipped with a walkie-talkie, allowing for far better coordination during the hunt. A hunter positioned below is observing and signaling to Karim above about the direction in which he spotted the wild boar running. After camouflaging themselves with small branches, the encounter finally begins. A precise close-range shot. By standing upwind, the hunter prevented the wild boar from detecting him. Down below, after the gunshot from above startled them, the wild boar turned around and ran back in the opposite direction. He is fully focused in this moment. Another wild boar has been taken down. During a clash with a wild boar, one of the hunting dogs was struck by its sharp tusk. The hunters were deeply concerned and had to halt the hunt to treat and bandage the injured dog. After that, they took a moment to rest and eat before heading into the next phase of the hunt.
Çatal kıvamına gelmiş.
Sen ne doyurun? Çatal.
Görüntüyü alayım.
Biraz su çatal evet.
over 50,000 hectares of wheat fields in central Anatolia are under siege by thousands of wild boars. In just 2 months, they've destroyed 3,000 tons of wheat, causing nearly $4 million in damage. How are farmers fighting back? The answer is in today's video. Konya province, with over 1 million hectares of farmland, is one of Turkey's largest wheat belts. From the Anatolian plateau, it produces nearly 25% of the nation's wheat, a pillar of food security. But in 2025, this fertile land faces its greatest threat since the 1990s. According to data from Turkey's Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, in September 2025, wheat fields covered 1.2 million hectares nationwide. But an alarming 50,000 hectares, over 4%, have been ravaged by wild boars during flowering and ripening. That's a 38% surge from last year, the highest spike in 2 decades. In late August, Konya authorities declared a Level 2 agricultural alert. Emergency measures controlled hunting and electronic fencing are now underway in 12 hard-hit districts. This crisis demands tight coordination between wildlife officials, rangers, and local farmers. To confront the crisis, a special control team of 12 licensed hunters, each with over 15 years of experience, has been deployed. Armed with .30 and .35 caliber rifles, GPS trackers, and advanced mapping software, their mission is clear: cut the wild boar population by 30% within 2 weeks to save the harvest. The hunters were already in position at the target zone, where the chase begins. According to reports from the night patrol team, a herd of about 60 wild boars has been appearing continuously for the past 5 days. In no time, they spotted a herd of wild boars hiding among the dense trees on the hillside. A promising start indeed. Soon after, they spotted a new target. The hunter swiftly raised his rifle, locking the target firmly in his sights. Two wild boars instantly taken down. In Turkey, hunting teams work in coordination. Each hunter covers a specific area for maximum efficiency. Dense forests and rugged hills are the natural domain of wild boars, where they hide and thrive. With their sharp sense of smell, the hunting dogs carve a path through the forest maze, driving the prey out of its hiding place and setting up the perfect shot. tusks is always a formidable foe. But once it exposes itself on the hillside, it loses its camouflage advantage. In another corner of the forest, the hunter moves quietly, his steps careful on the uneven ground, following the faint traces left behind by the escaping wild boar. After a precise and decisive shot, the wild boar dropped instantly. Wild boars are intelligent creatures, always seeking safe shelter within dense forests and near reliable water sources. With the sudden appearance of the prey, coordination among the hunters becomes more crucial than ever. The vast terrain of Turkey is the battlefield of hunters. Every obstacle must be conquered, from thorny fences to steep, narrow trails winding along the mountainsides. The success of the hunt depends on patience and the ability to read the terrain, where clever wild boars hide deep within the wilderness. Every hunt demands strong endurance and physical strength.
Kapatmam. Hayır, domuzları ben gelirken karşıladım.
The final wild boar has been brought down, marking the end of a grueling chase through the untamed wilderness. But for the hunters, this is more than a victory. It is a testament to endurance, courage, and a deep sense of duty to safeguard the harvest and preserve the delicate balance between humans and wildlife. The hunts continue, for in these wild mountains, the battle between man and the wild boar never truly ends. For more than a decade, wild boar numbers in Turkey have surged beyond control. With no natural predators and an endless supply of agricultural food sources, their population has exploded into a genuine crisis. Fields that were once vibrant now lie in ruin, littered with broken stalks, torn-up soil, and deep hoofprints clear signs of a night of relentless destruction. Losses amount to millions of dollars annually, and the damage grows with each passing season. The livelihoods of countless rural families hang by a thread. This is why the hunting team has gathered here this afternoon. Armed with legal permits and supported by 12 trained hunting dogs, their mission is clear: control the wild boar population and protect the endangered crops. The hunt begins now, and we will follow every tense moment of this operation. The late afternoon is chosen as a strategic hunting window, when wild boars emerge from their shelter and become easier to track. This is when they are most vulnerable. Their tracks, movements, and scent become easier to detect, allowing the hunting team to follow and approach their targets with far greater efficiency. First, the hunters ignite firecrackers, creating sharp explosive bursts that force the wild boars out of the thickets and reveal their movement. The hunting team quickly spreads into formation, each member moving to a pre-planned position. One takes the high ground for visibility, while the others fan out to the sides, tightening the perimeter with each step. From a distance, sharp barking and the harsh rustling of dry grass signal that the target is closing in, faster and more aggressively than expected. At a position a few hundred meters away, another hunter had also taken up an ambush position and was quietly observing. The boar was hit, but in panic, it kept charging forward. However, on this side, a hunter was already waiting, calmly raising his rifle and locking on to the charging target. This time, the boar had no escape. It collapsed right in the middle of the field. Wild boars have thick hides and relentless endurance, which often makes it difficult to bring them down with just 1 or 2 shots. When cornered, a wild boar will turn back and fight, and that's when things become truly dangerous.
Waiting for them to push them out so we can shoot them.
Gidiyor.
Shot after shot rang out, and boars fell one after another. But the hunters were facing a population far too large, too aggressive, and completely out of control. Amid the chaos, the hunting dogs proved indispensable, swift, relentless, and clearing the way for every precise shot. On the other side of the field, the hunter has taken his ambush position, quietly waiting for the moment the prey steps into his sights, while the barking of the dogs grows closer and closer. The boar pauses to assess the situation, its blood-red eyes sweeping quickly over the hunters. To escape, wild boars often charge straight into cornfields, but they rarely manage to break free from the hunter's pursuit. A long day ended with sweat, gunfire, and tracks left on the ground. Today, they had taken down 23 wild boars. A small number compared to the whole herd, but enough to keep the field peaceful for a while. $2.6 million. That's not the population of a major city. It's the estimated number of feral hogs currently roaming across Texas more than any other state in America. These invasive animals cause approximately $400 million in damage annually to Texas agriculture alone, making them one of the most destructive invasive species on the continent. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, feral hogs now occupy roughly 3/4 of Texas counties, and their population grows by an estimated 21% each year. What began as a problem affecting rural communities has evolved into an ecological and economic crisis demanding immediate intervention. In response, the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department has declared an open season on feral hogs. They can be taken by any legal means, at any time of year, day or night. Join us as we witness how these strict control measures are carried out in the field.
Hadi.
Wild boars are the most destructive pest across rural Turk. They multiply fast, devastate crops, and spread beyond anything farmers can contain. And with each passing day, the damage they cause grows more severe. The hunter's mission is to remove as many boars as possible, as quickly and efficiently as they can. There's no time to wait and no room for mistakes. Join us on today's hunt and witness how they confront this threat directly on the ground. The hunters begin their pursuit at first light, when the boar tracks are still sharply visible on the ground. To gain any advantage, they move into the mountains, where rough terrain and dense cover give wild boars their strongest refuge. With broken terrain and limited visibility, each hunter must hold a separate position along the slopes, sealing off every possible escape route. In such tense conditions, even the slightest sound is enough to bring rifles to shoulders as a boar bursts through the trees. To maintain the advantage, hunters must constantly follow the trail, studying overturned soil the direction of flattened grass, and the heavy movements echoing through the forest. Meanwhile, on the far side of the woods, another hunter spots a small group of wild boars moving quietly, completely unaware of the human presence. In an instant, the lead boar drops instantly, and the others flee in panic. Wild boars are often found near water sources, where they drink, wallow, and leave a dense trail of signs. Not far away, two hunters confer briefly, adjusting their positions and angles to coordinate the shot on the boar that has just emerged. The hunting dogs take on the role of driving the boar toward the zone where the hunters lie in wait. But at times the hunters must launch into the chase themselves when the animal accelerates and breaks through the containment. A wild boar's formidable speed demands strong physical endurance from hunters if they want to keep up and maintain control of the pursuit.
Tamam gördüm sizi gördüm. Direkt ben size geleyim.
Yes!
Ya dinini.
"29 wild boars were taken down in a single day. The sweat and relentless effort paid off, marking an effective day in the field. But everyone knows the threat will return, stronger and more unpredictable, and the fight is far from over.